Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a year, and this will be our last presentation or lecture or talk to you about the issue of giving for the year of 2019. Just to kind of refresh your mind about something, we talked about the giving process and how as you give, you formulate a certain amount of leadership. In order to get this money, you must do this, that, or the other. And in terms of the bigger the amount that's being given, the more direct or pronounced the behavior that has to go along with getting those funds. So we talked about getting funds from philanthropists. We talked about getting funds from corporations. We talked about getting funds from the government. We talked about the giving or getting funds from, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that more extensively today, and that is about our foundations. These are charitable foundations who have funds that they provide to the poor, helping the poor, and using this money towards alleviating or easing the problems of the poor. Our presentation throughout the year has been that first and foremost, that for every program that is servicing the problems of the poor, there's also a program designed to prevent the problems of the poor. The problem has been that we have forced the prevention programs and the service programs to compete to get your tax dollars, to your foundation dollars, your government dollars, your philanthropic dollars. We compete for that. And in competing, most of the times, 9 out of 10 times, the service organizations get the brunt of the monies. So, the problem is that service is opposite of prevention. Service says we want to ease the burdens of the poor. Prevention says we want to prevent the problems of the poor. Now, as I said, these two services, we're forced to compete. And in this process of competing, we're not helping the poor. We're not helping those to become more self-sufficient so they don't have to use the services that we provide. Now, in this entire process, as we've been talking about the giving to the poor and what needs to be done, there is one group of individuals that have functioned to help provide that beacon of leadership that we have in this particular area. And I guess in certain ways I think I've used it a few times, and I apologize. I want to be the first. Use the word, I say culprit. I use the word culprit. But there's an individuals, and these are the foundation directors. Now, why do I say the foundation directors? It's because these individuals command attention of billions of dollars that are given to the poor. Now, my issue has been is these individuals who can get to their board of directors where we can't, the small agencies, the prevention, we can't get there. But they can get there. They can hear the callings of the community. And as I said, if there is a service program, there is also a prevention program. Now, it is these individuals who can set up and look at this situation and allow their board of directors an opportunity to see this. And perhaps, and hopefully mostly what we'd like to see them do, is fund the programs together. This creates a prevention component. When two identical programs come together, one service and one prevention, they form a holistic approach to servicing the poor. Not just giving for service, but also trying to find out ways where we can prevent the problems, prevent them from coming back asking for more money. But it's that foundation director who must look at himself or herself. Look in the mirror in 2020 and ask themselves one basic question. Am I working for my board of directors, or am I working for the community? Now, if you say both, then you have to get out of the way and allow the community to speak with your board, not you. You see, when you do that, you show courage not within the understandings of the regular way of which we do things. Because the situation or the patterns, the plan giving, the modus in which we use to give are traditions. And you see, traditions may not focus in with reality. Poverty today is not the same thing as poverty 50, 60 years ago. No. Poverty is different. And therefore the approach to dealing with the problem has to be different. Yes, you can say, well, we won't deal with it. Yes, you can. But it takes courage to say, well, yeah, we're going to deal with it. We're going to listen to the approach. And if there's a way, and there is a way, what we want to do is get these programs to work together in helping the poor. You see, you can look yourself in the mirror and says, well, look, I left it to my board. And I don't think in my 40 years of servicing the community that if a board of directors who's dedicated to dealing, helping the poor would sit there and listen and say, no, we don't want to prevent the problem. We just want to serve. I don't believe it. And I don't think you do too. So, in the year 2020, I am asking you to give the public a chance in this. They don't understand what's going on here. This has gone on long before I've been in this business. As I said, I've been in 40 years plus. It has to stop. And it can stop with you. Honesty. Integrity. That goes somewhat against what's being done now, but it's right. And I'm going to do it because it's right. I'm not going to just sit here and rubber stamp when I know there's a better way to do this thing. And when you do it, you go to bed at night, you look at yourself in the mirror, and you know that you've done your best. And that's all we can ask. Again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Creighton Rippey. I'm the director of the Greater Detroit Community Outreach Center here in Detroit, Michigan. We are available for speaking engagements. You can reach us at greaterdetroitoutreach.org, or you can give us a call at 313-891-7030. Again, thank you, and I hope you all have a very prosperous new year. Thank you.